Good morning, everybody. Well, we have heat coming up this next week, about 33, 34, 35 degrees Celsius. So let's get this clear. The nitty-gritty out of the way if we can. Because it's going to be hot, there may be a shortage of power available to the United States. And so if things get really, really oppressively hot here, we'll probably won't have a morning show because of temperatures. It's just that today is not that day. Thank goodness. We have temperatures that are more normal, or have become normal for us. Right now, currently, it's 20 degrees Celsius outside. It's sunny. The expected high is 23. Sunday, mostly cloudy, a high of 24. Monday, sunny, a high of 29. Tuesday, partially sunny, high of 34. Wednesday, partially sunny, high of 34. Thursday, partially sunny, a high of 34. Friday, partially sunny, a high of 33. Saturday, partially sunny with a high of 32. And then Sunday, cloudy, high of 30. And then Monday, cloudy, high of 29. So it means, in short, that the power companies are under ISO New England are going to probably be clamoring with a inability to generate enough electrical power to keep the lights running. So you might want to consider having your backup power systems ready to go, just in case there's a power emergency and they have to do rolling blackouts or brownouts. Just because it happens, it just does happen.
Oh, yeah!
Because, well, the shutting down of all the fossil fuel plants, nuclear reactors, hydroelectric plants, there's just not going to be enough electricity to go around. Whenever we plugs in the in the EVs, and you know what that means. Oh shoot! I'm in the dark again. Ah, yeah, right. So play ahead. Okay, let's tell you. Also, make sure you have plenty of drinking water on hand as well. Son Jason, good morning. I can't stay long, but have a great day. Okay. Noodle said he wants to come up today, which is fine. But I would like to go check out some Brazilian food too. From what I've seen on several food channels, it looks fascinating actually. There's one called Planhai, which looks really good, and so there's Fiholda, two dishes I've never had, but from what I could see, they look very tasty, and I'd like to try them. That one time is, I don't know where I'm going to get cassava root, and I have no idea even begin how to cook them because I never cooked that before. So, maybe Noodles and I could go visit a Brazilian restaurant. I think that'd be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because you throw when you saw in those food channels, Americans try Brazilian food. Americans seem to like it. It definitely seems not too extreme. It's not like some regional Mexican dishes, which will seriously burn your throat out.
Oh yeah!
But it's especially down by Rio de Janeiro, they got a lot of seafood and things like that. There's like 5 regions of Brazil, and it's interesting to see what they taste like. It says here, to get access to all the old silver radio shows, yep. Oh, by the way, the record is on its way. Just to let you know, so I won't be able to play it on the air because copyright, except on Silver Moon Radio, obviously, but
Oh yeah!
I can show you the record, what it looks like, and I'll preview the songs privately, and then let you give me an opinion on music, or I can find out what songs are okay to play, at least for a we can share revenue. We'll play those songs from the album so you can hear what it sounds like. Yeah, it would be interesting to see how that works. Also, the records by Cumberland to be free was sent at the same time. So we're going to see which comes first. Media mail isn't exactly the fastest mail. So, but we'll keep looking for the records. And two of the records that Cumberland to be free sending look very interesting as well. So, the older albums, which is fine. It's music from the 60s, some 70s. That's okay. We like to have a mix of different music types. And as you can tell from looking at our shelf, we have, well, you can't see it right there. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can kind of see it over there in the corner. There's a lot of records up there on the top. They've got some records on the bottom. Lots of moving things around on the shelf to make more room for more records. And so that's what we'll do. We'll just move around. Giving Tree is doing very well. I need to add some newer slips of paper for famous person. I'll just probably just write the other $2 on his existing slip, because that'll be a total of like 6. So we can at least get some credit for where it's due to the right people, and people don't think I'm trying to blow them off in the process. That would be good too. They're going to go to Kick, because they can follow us in Kick as well. And on Twitch, Twitch can use you guys too, because Kick is also monetized, and Twitch will be too eventually. Once you get enough a regular viewer account on Twitch, then we'll be monetized on Twitch as well. We only have an ad at the beginning of the show. We don't have ads running middle of the show, except the replays, then we add them. And yeah, some ads do run long, yeah. Speaking of blow, is there going to be a breeze coming up on this heat wave, or is it going to be cold, or just stale air? I don't know. That's a good question. But I do know when 33, 34 degrees Celsius, this is going to be a major test for the two refrigerators. They're using the R290 refrigerant. What is R290? Propane. Yeah, the same stuff you cook your barbecue steaks on. It's actually what they're using for refrigerators now. It's a hydrocarbon cooling agent. It works like every other refrigerant does. There's a compressor. There's a the necessary ancillary things, evaporators and condensers and things like that. Except R290 is, of course, flammable, as is R600, which is also used as a refrigerant as well in mini fridges. The different sizes of the compressors. I was watching this HVAC and appliance repair last night. I found it interesting. Say what? Food blow. Oh, anyway, speaking of that, John Kennedy of Louisiana has said to the President of the United States, Bidenomics is a failure. Americans need help, and you keep running up the tab, and we don't got the money to pay for the stuff that you want. the amount of credit card delinquents is off the roof. People are basically told unnecessary bills to go stuff it. You said on average rent has gone up over 400%, which is absolutely true.
Oh, yeah!
Take a look at Michelle's rent, you'll know exactly what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah!
I don't have control of the ads read. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Besides, we need a mod over there anyway. So, moderate on Kick and help us keep Kick safe. Alright, that's all we can do. So, this morning, a panel is open again. Like usual. Noodles was on yesterday. He talked briefly he wanted to go to Cabela's in Pennsylvania and sleep in the parking lot. I was like, no. Not really interested in sleeping in anyone's parking lot. Well, yeah, I do too. But unfortunately, by the way, there's a new TV network over the air network for rooftop antennas called Me Toons. ME space TOONS. Cartoons all day long, every day. It's going to be available on some local markets via ATSC, digital TV reception over the air. Might be on some cable systems as well. If you're interested in watching a over-the-air version of Cartoon Network, sounds good to me. I like cartoons too. Absolutely, so do I. Yeah. Is it open to the house disenfranchised? What, Me Toons? Yeah, it's open to anybody who has a rooftop antenna with a proper TV reception that receives ATSC 3.0, yeah. And also some cable systems might have it as well. I think it's a really cool idea. Cartoon Network for over-the-air TV, just like in the old days, right? I mean, when I was in River and Apartments, that's exactly how I used to watch the cartoons. It would just turn the TV to 8:30, to jump between the three cartoon programs during the day. But by 12 noon then comes all the sports, especially the PGA golf stuff. That's immediately get me to change the channel and find another set of cartoons. Until the cartoons morning shows end, and then, alright, we're done with TV for the day, 3 hours of cartoons. I don't know, that used to be a Saturday morning ritual for me. So the cartoons were kind of a big thing at one time, for TV and everything else. So, I mean, what can you say? The weather is going to be cool for the next few days. But starting on Sunday, it's going to start getting warmer. By Tuesday, you're going to feel like a steak and a Barbie. Seriously, you're going to be cooking quite well. Like I said this earlier, if things get bad enough and we get power alerts from ISO New England, we might not have a morning show in those days if we still have a power emergency. So just keep that in mind. Of course, we could stream outside. Yeah, we could stream outside. Or in the bedroom using the cell phone and the tablet to read the questions and stuff. Even if there's a total power failure, we can still do that. Very true, very true. go to the lake and go for a swim probably would be the most likely possibility for most people. Because right now the problem is I did not see any rain at all for next week. Which means fire danger is a reality. Now, well, Eastern Canada has had a lot of wildfires. Eastern United States have not had any. With temperatures like we're talking about, things are going to be bone dry. And that means that risk of fire damage is real. So be careful, people, with cigarette butts, okay? And don't do anything stupid and make an unattended campfire. Apparently, the summer or the late spring steward or the summer steward, which is starting early, has already made the decision. Instead of keeping us cool, they're gonna roast us alive instead. Well, try a swimming pool. A wading pool would work fine. Yeah, kiddie pool. It would do just good for you. Or even a hot tub with just running cold water instead of hot water. Especially one of those inflatable hot tubs that just inflate with air and fill it with water. You gotta obviously put chlorine in it to keep the water safe and clean, but it'll be on the 21st, guys. That's when summer starts, is June 21st. Yep. Okay, I stand corrected, actually. 21st, 20th, 21st. Join the yes. But, that still is, gonna be better weather. So, do you think what's coming up on panel today? I don't know. It's only 17 minutes at the top of the hour, and I don't see anyone ding-donging me yet. Yeah, they're like $400. But yeah, they're nice. The same pump that makes the water bubbles also used to inflate it. I was going to get one for the porch, but with Kyle the bleach brat, I was concerned that he might decide to become Kyle the stabber instead and stab it to death. The thing is you can actually run it without the heater on. So you can actually use it as a cold tub. Circulating water. And it's like any hot tub. You treat it with the same things, with chlorine and, antibacterial, antifungal treatments. And then you filter it. Yeah, you'd love to take a nice little kitchen knife and just jam holes through the hot tub just to say, I'll get you a hot tub and I'll get you a little dog Toto too while I'm at it. Oh, in that case, I'll take the cat and turn him into a dinner. Yeah, right. I don't know if he's actually going to do that, but like I said, talking about 400 gallons of water on the porch is 1,200 pounds. And I got a feeling Jimmy himself would not be very happy at camp and go, how did you get 400 gallons of water on porch from my kitchen sink? Oh, there goes my water bill now. Yeah. It's kind of a cute idea, but not a good idea here. No. Oh, he went from. I mean, was known as Kyle the Bleach Brat. I don't know. I have a hunch, Kyle. This is a hypothesis. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think Kyle was getting ready to hightail it out of here. He can't afford the expense of rent here, really. He's paying $1,000 a month too, him and his roommate. I got a feeling that they might want to decide to find a cheaper place. And so that might be a real thing. They might be moving. I think a lot of people in the building, because of costs, might be moving. I'm not. At least not now, anyway. But eventually, sooner or later, it might happen. I might, as far as T-Mobile internet goes from yesterday, I thought I heard, get a little bit frustrated. Where's that one? I love this one.
Adios, you chicken-plucking little stinker!
I like that one.
That bar's just like a tattoo. Gets under your skin.
No kidding. Anyway, that reminds me of T-Mobile yesterday was getting under my skin. And turns out from looking at Down Detector, it looks like T-Mobile has been having a lot of problems with the routing of their internet access, causing us and many, many other people to suffer woefully lousy internet access. Today we're streaming on T-Mobile and it's working fine. Knock on wood, right? Yeah, he's on kick right now. Anyone want to go over there on Twitch and entertain the people on Twitch?
Oh, yeah!
Twitch these people. Twitch is kind of lonely, too. Yeah. I don't know, the con artists, I'm going to tell you what. I think T-Mobile's been growing so fast, and they have, unfortunately, are having migration pains after taking over Sprint. They are still dealing with that, trying to go and routing tables and fixed. Tunnel Bear, I see everything. Okay, so how you doing, Mojo? Good morning to you. Before I forget. I mean, I do like T-Mobile for some things. I do think it's good for streaming. Usually. Yes, usually.
Oh, yeah!
But sometimes it just... they just drop the ball on things. So, we got 13 people on. Good morning to 13 on the YouTube side. Tunnel Bear is a VPN. The VPN that I've been using actually was a sponsor of Tunnel Bear for a while, and they never did do a recent Tunnel Bear sponsorship, so let me give you one. We all live in a very dangerous age. Crackers, hackers, snoops, and spies, and they always look and get data out, which is no surprise. However, there's a way to keep yourself safe with proper VPN protection from end to end, which means your data is encrypted with 256-bit AES encryption between you and Tunnel Bear, which means that scoops and snoops won't be able to get a clear data line of data what is being said on your stream. Isn't that nice? Yes. go to www.tunnelbear.com and try it out. That's TUNNELBAR.com. There's a program you can try and get something like 1 gigabyte of data a month to try and see if it's worth buying, which it is. You can be in any country you want. You can pretend you're in Argentina, you can pretend you're in Finland, you can pretend you're in Norway, you can pretend you're in Europe, you can pretend you're anywhere. It can be completely different. And yes, it is the Pirate Bay compatible. So you'll be able to enjoy the benefits of the having total anonymity and being able to download data from anywhere to anywhere. It's great for everyday use, and that's so great everyday things. But it's a wonderful program, and it works for me, big time. And of course, now with the T-Mobile side of it, T-Mobile, I have to be honest, is good. I don't particularly have a problem with the phone service. The data service is not normally bad, but 5G LTE Plus is not bad, but it's not perfect at all. Temu and Shein are kind of like Etsy. It's cheap Chinese crap packaged in cheap Chinese shit. I mean, it's not that good. It's made by workers that are underpaid, underhoused, and basically are having a bad day. Okay, so Temu is not really that great. It's absolutely is awful. Stay away from Temu. If you want to get anything that's at least a halfway decent quality, I would say Etsy is a little bit better. Notice the word little bit. Yeah. Sending us out their data slower than Kick. Yeah, that's just kids, unfortunately. Even adults, Chinese workers are being told to make the products cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and they're not getting paid well. In fact, they're lucky enough if they get a place, enough money to get a meal for the day. The companies, they also work with companies that rip off other companies too. Yeah. Crystal loves Temu. She says she's bought from Temu before. She knows about it. I never order from Shein or Temu because it's just not something I'm going to endorse. Yeah. Yeah, and there's definitely some youngsters working over there on Temu that are being cheap. Well, speaking of Temu, and I do occasionally manually do it, and now a word from our sponsor. There you go. One ad for you guys. Now, occasionally I do gotta run the ads. Then I don't do them as much automatically as I used to. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm a walking encyclopedia. Oh yeah, by the way, I have been losing weight too. That's good to know. You are losing weight, yes. Your underwear's getting so big, you're gonna be like coming around the next time you start walking around without panties.
Oh, yeah!
I don't think the public would like that very much. Well, now you're gonna have to get some smaller underwear. Yeah, that's true. Especially anything that contains certain chemicals. California has a very strong list of risk of causing cancer from certain types of solder to the certain paints, sprays, whatever. That's just interesting that it says it, you know. So, I'm thinking about if Noodles wants to go anywhere, how about we go to a Brazilian restaurant so I can try out some different types of Brazilian food. That's a good idea. Want some feijoada? Want some panha? That sounds like every time I hear the word pronounced, it sounds like panha. It's a type of dish with onions and a few other things to it. Looks pretty good, actually. So does feijoada. Oh, yeah. Right now I'm wearing size 12. I might be able to squish it down to a size 11 again. That'd be absolutely cool idea for you. I had to set in there. Oh, yeah. Well, you know. Well, Michelle's losing weight, though. You can see it in the face, and you can see it in the eyes, and my left leg is getting stronger, which is always good. Of course, your left leg's going to get stronger because you're using it more. Absolutely. I don't know what that would be in the U.S. numbers, but you're smaller, physically smaller than me, so it's probably like what, size 8 U.S. too. That laugh track is bad. Oh, I kind of like it. By the way, that's not the only laugh track we have. I think we have others too. I think you removed the other ones originally because I think you didn't have. Yeah, I did. Michelle in the bathroom. I'm not that bad. Oh, yeah? Take it again, Michelle. She goes. Oh, yeah, I will admit that. Unlike Biden, no little ones for me. Instead of make bombs. I'm saying is I'd like to go to a Brazilian restaurant with noodles, but the problem is I don't think he knows any restaurants that serve Portuguese or Brazilian food. It definitely would be interesting to try something different. Yeah. Because I mean, all the food channels I watch featuring Brazilian food, it looks so good. Definitely different than Italian cuisine. Yeah, it's different. It definitely looks different. It probably smells different. Well, the Brazilian food, which planha and feijoada you're making can have a lot of meat in it. Feijoada can also have seafood as well. So, it's each region of Brazil has their own variation of a lot of the dishes. It's just like in Italy, there's different styles of pizza. Yeah, but I don't know if you know that. Sicilian pizza, Neapolitan pizza, Florentine pizza, Tuscan, which also contains Tuscany region. So they all have different types of pizza. Some of them, just like the U.S. does, New York versus Chicago style pizzas, versus Winston style pizzas, versus Irish pizza versus Greek pizza. Just different food types, different countries. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could bet. I have one question. What's that? This monitor. You ever gonna put one over on the other side over there? I have a monitor that would go over there, but my computer only has hookups for 2 monitors in it, so I don't see a reason for monitor number 3. Really? Picanha is really? I don't think it looks like it's bad. It looks pretty good to me. Picanha. Actually, it looks pretty tasty from what I saw. Oh yeah, so does Nebraska. In Omaha, this is in Nebraska. As does Texas. They're all pretty much steak, cattle ranching areas of the country. Where a lot of our meats come from, is from the Midwest, plain states. I haven't tried Cuban food. I either. Salsa caliente. Yeah. I just like to try different things. Yeah, except I'm not sure if I really want to have sauerkraut. I don't really get into sauerkraut. That's a Reuben. No, some Cubans do too. Oh, okay. Tapas bars of Spanish and Brazilian. You should find one. Tapas? Okay, I'll have to look for one. I like the Tulsa, Oklahoma FEMA Region 6. We don't really talk much about FEMA camps here in the United States, in Connecticut, or we do have one up in Massachusetts, but I don't know much about it, though. It's in Maine. Oh, yeah, there's also one in Eastover. Yeah. So, I missed JK local. I don't know. It's kind of a weird conversation to get into today. But I mean, so different food, different people. I like to try something new. Sometimes I get tired of the same old fare and would like to try something new. Because they say variety is the spice of life, and I gotta agree with that. That sounds interesting. So, for those of you who don't know, in the United States, a lot of our fruits and vegetables of the season often come from other regions of the world. And that certainly applies to things like bananas and certain types of oranges. And certain orange juices are sometimes harvested from other countries, as well as, of course, coffee. And if you ever wonder why you can get fruits, fresh navel oranges and stuff in the wintertime, they're probably coming from South America. Brazil, Chile, a few other places, because they have longer growing seasons. It's their summer to our winter. Of course, things also do come from Mexico. You can get, a lot of fruits and stuff from Mexico. You can get it from all kinds of places. Connecticut, Litchfield County, Northern Hemisphere, America. Oh yeah, by the way, there is a thing about coffee beans. In some regions, the bean itself passes through the digestive tract. It doesn't get then it's rinsed off, obviously, and then it's roasted. They say that coffee bean has a unique flavor to it. I don't know about that. Madagascar vanilla beans, I think, are processed the same way. Yeah, I think so too. Do you need a roommate? No, I got one. Her name is Lumi. Yeah, don't think anyone really wants to move in here. We already got enough full place. Yeah, and this apartment's too small. That's why I met Michelle and could not work out with me. With Ed, because there's just too many people in here. Grace, I'm gonna try frying leftovers. Well, unfortunately, Ed, I know, is getting up there in years and had some really bad health problems. No, I already told Ed he can't come back. Again, the second time, as his health has declined too much to handle the stairs. How does this tie with the dogs, the seasons? Shield showed it for 20 seconds. What are you talking about, the dog? Well, so by the way, speaking of Carmen Miranda's voice, me and Michelle were talking to Carmen Miranda, try to make it more precise. Yeah, we got it better. Turns out that the voice we have for Carmen is close to right as far as the accent goes, but the timbre was a little bit too high. Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. So the privates. He doesn't need stairs. No, actually, no, we can't, because helium is also becoming extremely expensive right now and extremely rare. We're not getting enough of it out of nuclear power plants right now. See, let me explain this. Nuclear engineering is kind of a funny thing. Is it fission that uses helium or fusion? Fusion. Oh, okay, because fission makes hydrogen. Okay. I hear natural voice when we're talking to her sotto voce, but unfortunately, getting my vocal cords to do it perfectly fine is challenging to do. It took me a long time to get Lumi's voice right. Yeah, it did. First, people couldn't tell the difference between me and Michelle, and then finally, after 4 years of practicing to make the voices unique enough, people could tell who's who. So the voice you hear is kind of like a close facsimile, but it's that's within the reasonable limitation of vocal cords. Yeah. Actually, no. We have the helium reserves was created by the federal government, originally for government use, government regulation. Helium and liquid helium, for example, are used in things like magnetic resonance imaging. Most people may not know that. MRIs use liquid helium to cool down the super magnets to the temperatures that they can work at properly. I know you're used to truck stop women, says Smoke. A lot of men are got it now. They didn't see it. Well, I mean, I think it's kind of interesting, though, how many people tend to forget that as we continue to grow the channel, and we are growing. Sometimes it goes up and down by 1 or 2, but we are growing. Yeah. Noodles did do something good about that. Bringing more people into the channel is what he did. Someday we gotta get Carmen in here. Well, I don't know. It gets confusing enough when it's me and you. Never mind Carmen in here, so really throw a wrench into the mix. It really would be kind of weird. Well, you interviewed Carmen last week. I know. What did you think about it? I think she's fun, but like you said, you and Carmen sound almost the same. So trying to get you two to be in a conversation with me and you and her at the same time on the same YouTube channel would be confusing enough. It gets confusing enough to gain that. Exactly my point. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, a couple days ago on where I was wearing so big, you might as well lift it off because it really wasn't holding anything behind. Those are size 13s, I know. You might as well just wear a bag on your ass. That's pretty much how big they were. Yeah, the internet is a shared connection. So with everybody else in T-Mobile land, so the internet will sometimes buffer a little bit and stutter. Is everybody starting to do their live streaming on T-Mobile this morning? Or mine the wheel of misfortune, but Grace, I get it. Yeah. So we are sending out data at it's just that the data is my system sending T-Mobile. This is a wee bit more than T-Mobile can handle right now. I was doing fine all day. You know. How come it's only when you go live on YouTube that you got problems? Good question. Well, I have my hunches. Yeah, I know. I hear it. I'm not downloading anything illegal. Oh, as far as that goes, but try to refresh your page because right now I'm getting good data on this side here. Don't forget, I'm also recording this locally. Why don't you switch back over to Frontier and see if that fixes things? Well, actually, let me do that. Let me switch over to... Yeah, let me just switch over to Frontier real quick. Let me just unplug this hotspot. You'll see our data will go down to 0 for a second, so don't panic. I'll be right back. Okay, now, for the same time, we're going to keep streaming locally and see if we can get the data back up here at the same time. So, for the people on the network, you're going to just be patiently wait. It's looks like it's sending data though. It's sending data. Yeah. What did I say? I'm dusting every day. It's the aggravated Virgo way. What can I say? Just testing every day. It's the aggravated Virgo way. So we are streaming. Yes, we're streaming. And we are on Frontier right now. What can I say? Streaming every day. The week before 65,000. Vertical could be really good. Not for jail. I tried it and it never worked for me. Yeah, vertical didn't work for Michelle. She gave it a go. It just didn't bring in that kind of views. Sure. I don't ever download any anime porn. I really don't. I'm not saying I have never downloaded any. I certainly have. I love blood elf porn. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Blood elf porn! Blood elf porn! Oh! I hate to make you mourn, but I gotta have my blood elf porn. Oh! So, really, it's kind of weird the way this works sometimes. But you got a lot of views right now. I got 14. 14, 16. Yeah. When Noodles comes on, we hit it like 24, 30 usually. Well, that's good. It's getting caught up. Yeah. And what it's doing is it's uploading the video at a pretty fast rate. Actually, sometimes they'll include malware and payloads. So, depending on some computers, sometimes can read these extra files and look for certain escape characters in certain video formats. Allow that. Yeah. I still think it's kind of frustrating, though. What is? The fact is that T-Mobile some days works fine and some days it sucks. Well, I have a hunch. I'm not really sure if it's 100%, but let's just check T-Mobile data rate on my cell phone here because that's in T-Mobile's tower. So let's see how that does. There's my speed test app. Ah, there it is. And let's see. It's certainly fast enough. 2,500 megabits per second, almost 300. But this is on my cell phone. This is nowhere than my hotspot. Upload rate is mediocre. Mediocre. Look at that. And you wonder why I struggle. That's why. It's just not. I mean, it's almost as fast as Edge. Well, it's using the same set in Sickle Sit, New York. Doing a second test. Yeah, it sucks. It's lousy. It's lousy. I think someday we're gonna have to switch to another provider. You had double the views for vertical at one point, yeah. But like somebody pointed out, is that it wasn't all, great. I mean, for example, my videos with vertical were not that good. They didn't do any better than videos in horizontal. My morning streams and I actually lost a lot of subs when we went to vertical because they kept saying, "Oh, you're trying to become like everybody else, another Me Too channel." God, well, we got a green square again. Yeah, of course we would, because we're in Frontier right now. Wow. Yeah, Frontier rarely ever goes down. It does sometimes. Yesterday definitely it did. I was having problems yesterday morning. So the Silver Moon record is coming in the mail. We're going to have it in a couple days, and I'm looking forward to really giving it a good listen. I mean, I played the simulated record on my computer, but that's the simulated record. It's not the real one. So Okay, Silver Moon album. I'm no Planet Moose, but he was looking forward to getting the record someday. And we can use more people in the Discord as well. So come check it out. Check out the Discord, guys. Look how good the Discord is. So why is it that no one's been morning shows, people's work, outside, gardening, swimming, spending time with the kids, and of course, that's why another reason why there may not be a morning show next week. Because not only that, but I'm going to be taking a siesta. So when it gets really hot, you're just gonna just bother not stream and then come back in the evening. Yep. Or I might just do a video when in the bedroom with the air conditioner and just if a person subscribes from you due to a vertical video, they weren't worth having. Right, Craig, I agree. Also, the way YouTube is marketing vertical videos, it doesn't really work necessarily either for long-term engagement. I'm glad to hear what you told me that you and Denise are doing okay. Let's talk about something, Craig. It's related to something you can say from experience with Joe Biden. As you know, he has the same condition your wife does. And I wanted to know, do you think that Joe Biden is able to keep up with her husband's needs? Even though he's supposed to be the president of the United States, do you think that medically he's really getting all the care he needs for his condition? Or do you think that his condition has progressed to the point where he's not suitable to be president of the United States anymore? There's only one person you need to satisfy. That's red. No, the 1% I need to satisfy is me, because I have to make sure that the show is to my specifications. Well, that's good, Craig. I guess that's a good way of saying it. But what about Biden, though? What do you think about his situation and Joe Biden? Craig, do you think Joe Biden is able to keep up with her husband's care, even in the White House, despite having some access to some of the best medical staff on hand? Or do you think that they're still struggling, despite having access to some of the elite care available? That's a good question, actually. It looks like Slayton Biden may have to forego running for a second term. Not conscious enough to be president, and I'm sure his wife help from the White House staff. Yeah, I think, as I said, according to Ron Yates, he's saying it looks, actually not him, but also another person said this as well, that it looks like Biden may have to give up the running for president this year, because people are telling him that he's not fit enough to serve. I don't think I've ever seen Joe's wife. I have. She's younger than he is. She's like 70 years old. But she looks like she's in her 50s. Yeah. So, some say she's the one who's quietly propping him up in the back, so to speak. What happens if something happens to Joe Biden? That would be devastating to the White House, considering the fact that she's actually the one that is more or less keeping Joe going. How would that affect the White House if something tragic happened? I think for Joe Biden, I think that would be the end of him if he lost his wife. I think that would be major loss to him. Yeah. Oh, I'm just checking the computer on the side there to make sure everything is working correctly. I'm just checking all the stats on the other side, see how many people are actually watching. Occasionally checking to make sure we still got a green dollar sign. A lot of things going on the second screen. Let me see what I'm talking about. If you ever see me look over there like this is what I'm doing. I'm looking over here on this computer, where I'm checking the number of views actively watching, the video engagement rate in 15 minutes and 5 seconds, 49 viewers, chat rate of 2, 6 likes. So that's what I'm doing, is as I'm watching 2 monitors simultaneously to make sure everything's working fine. That's what I'm doing. So, because my eyesight sucks, I can't go ahead and get too far away. I can't occasionally just go glance my eyes over there. Sometimes I can if I want to quickly take a look at a bar graph, but sometimes it's kind of hard to see the details. And instead of reading the side chat down here, I'm looking down at the screen to read the side chat. Biden's in Quitters. We got Hunter. Hunt never gave up banging his niece. No will stop smoking crack. Then there's Joe. He never gave up taking a shower with Ashley. And she's his daughter. Except it seems like Joe's brain has different ideas. Red, thank you so much. You're wrong. Red, thank you so much. You rock. Red, thank you so much. You rock it. And I do pray for Craig and his wife, and I hope that they, will be together for as long as they can. It is devastating to see how family members suffer like that. It is. Just is. You are an inferior complex. If Donald Trump was president and we had ships to Cuba, that would be addressed immediately. Yeah, it would be. Probably get on the phone with Putin and go, "Hey, Putin, what's up? You people keep sending help to Ukraine. You know what? I gotta agree with you. Didn't they vote to Eastern Ukraine vote to leave? Yeah, they did. I'm gonna go tell Zelensky a few things. And they ain't gonna be pretty, Mr. Putin, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna straighten this mess out." Ring, ring. Zelensky here. Yo, it's Trump. Oh, Trump. Yeah, the Republican badass that's supposed to be going to kick my ass, right? Yes. Yeah, I gotta kick your ass. Listen, here's the deal. People in Eastern Ukraine voted to leave. Let them leave. No, because I want to be a neo-Nazi and I want total control. No. You're not going to take total control. Listen to me, you little dipsqueak. I'm not giving you any more money. I'm sorry, but the coffer is empty to you. And you're going to let them leave. And we'll help them leave. Over my dead body. Trust me, kiddo, that can be arranged.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, it is just as complicated as a jumbo jet, so many ways. Really, take a look at this. Modern glass type jumbo jet. You got your chat here, your panel here, your over here on the screen. You have your statistics of your stream quality monitor. Over here underneath this monitor, I got my Elgato Stream Deck that does the sound effects, and that's how it's all done. You know, Roll Ebola. But Roll Ebola wasn't about that. It was about something else. Yeah, I know. He's how we play the game. Okay, anyway, so this big spinning green is the tree. We have more slips of paper on it. I do going to add another two to a famous person slip because he did put in another $2 donation. There's weather outside in Winster right now. It's nice and green and verdant and grass and roadway and looks good. Yeah, it does look good. So yeah, it is definitely a complicated setup. He is an environment. He is an embarrassment. Okay, I think that's what I meant to say. Well, just well, for some reason my phone is repeating every message twice. Don't worry about it. We understand it. We get it. Just relax, Craig. It's a two-way street. Actually, yeah, it is. Actually, Winstead Road here is a two-way street. And it doesn't go to a three-way until further down Main Street when you get a three-way. But majority of Winstead Highway is two lane for Main Street. So kind of cool that way. Yeah. And as you can see, oh yeah, I didn't say this, but let's say this. For those of you who want to know how we do the music programs in Silver Moon, well, there's one turntable. Let me just move this out of the way so you can see it. This is one turntable. This is the other turntable. And that's how we play records in Silver Moon, just like that, using the two turntables. And then when we're done, let's close them. And let's squeak this back here. Ooh. Easy. You know, sometimes you're like a gorilla. Yeah, that's the setup here. So we have it set up so that we can do Silver Moon and stuff like that. You can see some of our records on the shelf over there. I know it's a little sideways. That's just the way we have the camera set up. But it's not the only camera we have. We have this camera too. Unfortunately, this one has a bit of a latency issue. Whoa, okay. I got it. No, I forget this latency in this camera. There's the record shelf there. Some of the records, anyway. Yeah. The one thing I remember about Trump, when he was in office, he told creative person he had a red button was bigger than theirs. Yeah, and he said it worked too. It does work. Works big time. All said Trump, I'll be told, Kim Jong-un said, hey, look, my economy works too. I'm sorry, old great leader, but your economy really isn't working, but we can make it better for you. We can show you how it's done. We can show you how to make more money and how to make a better economy for your people.
Oh, yeah!
I got a feeling Kim Jong-un went, no, thank you, but no thank you. We need a good laugh once in a while. So, today, we'll go back out to Cumbies again. I've been walking every day to Cumbies, walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Don't know if you notice it, but my chin is not as pronounced anymore. We're not eating a lot of sugar food anymore. Sometimes we've eaten a little ice cream now and then, but the ice cream that you've been buying is Edie's Korean slow churn vanilla, no sugar added, half the fat, half the calories. Yeah. Yeah. That said, people that tend to live far away from society in the mountains of anxiety problems. Well, you know what? I live in the foothills of the Berkshires, and I kind of like it that way. You know, it's quiet, it's a small town, and people once are starting to recognize me online. They're starting to see me in public and go, "Hi, I saw you on YouTube today." I'm like, cool. What did you think? Nothing. The show's okay. But you know, sometimes there's a button there. But you know, I think you could do a little bit better. And I'm like, okay, well, like do what? I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. I'm not sure what you could do to make it better. Good thing I'm banned in most places because people don't want to hear the truth. Anytime you get on most of the YouTube channels today, it is drama. Or news channels. I happen to watch a lot of news channels. But I have a personal rant with one YouTube channel in particular called Seek and See Tarot. Here's a rant. How many readings a day do you have to do for Virgo? You're almost as bad as Doodles. You know how you do? It's like it seems like every time I turn around, there's another video. I'm like, wait. I didn't even do just the other one from 2 minutes, for 2 hours ago, and then you just put up another Virgo tarot reading? Don't you ever get any sleep? It says, Michelle, you're at your best when you sit behind your little cozy console. Well, this setup was set up for me, by me, for me, because I'm predominantly left-handed. So people don't know that. They think I'm all right-handed. Actually, I'm ambidextrous. I can use both hands. But this whole studio is set for left hand. So I have the keyboard over here. Oh, let's switch that screen so I can at least show you. Yeah. Got the keyboard over here. This is where I type on things. This is this screen here, which shows me what's going on. I can't really see it because it's over there in the corner. And then we have the trackball is underneath here, which is the only thing I really work with my right hand. The mixer board is over here, farther over to the left, which is where I do all my volumes and knobs. Then you have the camera over here, which my hand is in front of. Say hi to the hand, guys. Hi, hand. And of course, we have the other cameras over here. The one I really wish it fixes this one because there's so much latency and lag. Yeah. It's kind of sad. Because it's going through too many. Because it's going through too many hubs. It probably is. Yeah, that's probably why it's just going through a lot of hubs right now. So this camera's kind of useless. Anyway, so yeah, this setup is set up this Virgo's way, pretty much left-handed because that's the way I need to work things because that's what works for me. To change, go to Korea, don't make me come over here and kick your face. And he probably did say that too. But I also do pretty good too when I'm at the Cumberland Farms. I'm drinking a soda and talking to the audience, and then I read the comments after I get done uploading the video, which still turns out to be useful. I kind of like, if I may say this, when you do the videos on the show on the vlogs, if you continue to upload those things, you can do kind of a combination of vertical and horizontal or landscape. Yeah, it's called standard television, standard definition. That's why 4x3. There we go. It fills up my screen good, and you also got a nice picture in standard PAL, 25 frames per second, 720 by 576. That worked out really well. It does work out really well. And you should continue to convert to that, because they also upload really, really fast too.
Oh yeah!
They certainly do. 300 megabytes per video is a far cry from 2 to 3 to 4 or 5, 6 gigabytes for the same video.
Oh yeah!
Trust me, your video doesn't even have to be that good, considering the fact is it's just you sitting at a table drinking a Diet Cherry Coke. You don't need to really be in super glamorous 1080p. That's just overkill.
Oh yeah!
They said, Michelle, if you're over at Cumbies and someone recognizes you, ask them if they'd like to be a guest on the show. I could do that. I didn't think about it, but yeah. The staff certainly knows me really well now, and they know I am streaming or I'm doing videos on their patio. So I won't do another live one because of what happened last time when the Men in Blue showed up. But that's why I won't do any more live ones out in the public, because that's so embarrassing and disruptive, and I won't do that because I don't want the Men in Blue keep showing up. That's just not going to be a thing I'm going to let happen. Good morning, Don. How you doing today? So yeah, I mean, when I'm out there at Cumbies, like I said, I do the videos, then I upload them. Sometimes I'll bring the video home and upload it from my home computer. So I'll just put my phone on my tripod and just do the video, and then take it home and edit it, and then upload that way from the home, and I can edit anything out that's came out like a blooper, and that works. That really does work well for me. Remember, my channel did not always start out in live streams, and the reasons was, for a long time I didn't have the capability of doing a live stream, so we started out originally just doing videos instead, and so a good portion of the first 2 years of my channel, actually more than 4 or 5 years, actually 4 or 5 years, when mostly was all video and no live streams, and then we started doing videos with the iMac Intel Core 2 Duo machine, and that worked out fine. The trolls won't. Okay. Well, but so the point is that the morning show, like Craig said, in this crazy setup, this is where we do things like videos like this, and it works. But what I like about the doing videos is the fact is that I can work on the content, and if I say something or misspeak something and I want to go back and fix it because it didn't get uploaded to the internet, I can just edit it out, and then when I think it's ready to go, then I hit the upload button and send it in a smeary way. And that works for me because then everybody sees the final product, but then they don't see all the hair pulling and stress that was going on behind the scene, and I go, should I keep that segment? Should I get rid of that segment? Or whatever. It just works that way. Well, still, I think, how's your thumb doing that? You smacked with a hammer, putting it on the wheels. Oh, it's still a little bruised. Yeah, that was a little bit unpleasant. I was putting the wheels on the walker, and I had to put the washers in the wheels. And 2 days ago, I smacked my thumb with a hammer trying to get the washers in there. Nothing bad, just a little bit of a bruise, but still, ouch. Anyone World Economic Forum is you go first now. Speaking of that, Macron wants to consider dissolving Parliament, as I said yesterday, of France, and have special elections again because he didn't like the fact that Marine Le Pen won and for the French Right Party. The EU leaders are scrambling. The ones that want the far left leaders are crying and scrambling because they want to basically kiss the World Economic Forum and the group of Davos and do world domination of government, and they can't because now people on the right have said no more illegal immigrants coming into Europe, no more excessive green policies, no more this and that. And so they're panicking because their world dreams, their world domination is coming to an end.
Oh yeah!
Bye-bye. Bomb threat. And by the way, the person who called it in was apprehended and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. He meant to say Cumbies, Cumby''S. It's short for Cumberland Farms. It's a convenience store in my area. That wasn't that exciting. It was just me tapping in a washer with an old piece of brass tubing connectors because I didn't have anything big enough to set it. I looked for something a little more durable than that, and I didn't have anything, so that's all I had. So I kept my eyes far away enough. Was all by feel. So I was telling you get it right because you kept hitting me going, ow, ow, and I was only tapping it. It wasn't even pounding hard. Wi-Fi is strong enough to use when you're at Cumbies. I would just stream directly with my phone. That's got a better Wi-Fi transceiver in it, or hotspot transceiver. But I choose not to do live streams over there. Given what happened. I didn't know they know who did it and caught them. Did they tell you it was intended? They didn't say it was intended for me, but the person made a mistake when he called in emergency services, and he didn't block their phone number. Well, technically, on an enhanced 911, you should not. Aren't you all required by law to have your phone number? Yeah, you're supposed to. So, in one sense, they were in compliance with the law.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, but they were doing something that was against the law. I got that. Right, exactly. And notice that the swattings have seriously cut back. It turns out it was a group of people as a kind of a gang, and they were doing it to a lot of people. We don't have a Costco in my area. We have a BJ's Wholesale Club, but that has a membership like Costco does, and I don't have a membership. And I don't have a membership, but maybe someday. Price of groceries gotten so expensive anyway. Nobody can afford to buy anything, at least not extra stuff. Right? Why do you need to buy, for example, 24 boxes of saccharin when about 3 boxes of saccharin will do for a single 5-month period of time? Thanks, says please make sure you clean your filter and coils in your bedroom AC to keep operating efficiently as possible. Well, I don't have a spray hose to spray the coils on the outside of the unit, but I certainly can clean the filter AC off on the inside. No, the police didn't contact me, but we found out that they are being prosecuted to the full extent of state and federal law because they called in a bomb threat. And then the bomb squad was there, and they didn't see anything. That's what I found out. And so hopefully that won't be I think the police need to start getting involved on YouTube themselves. I think the police need to start doing their own advocacy for the police departments and talking about the matter and explaining why it needs to stop. Oh yeah, what a bunch of losers. But next week, the record comes, most likely. I'm looking forward to the ones from Cumberland to be free, and I'm looking forward to my record, of course. Cumberland to be free, sending 2 records and a red hair wig. And the records are older albums from the 60s, which I might enjoy, but maybe some people on Silver Moon Radio might enjoy, but maybe not everybody else, though. That's okay, though. Silver Moon has always had a unique music style. Oh, I'm sure he's got court dates and stuff like that, and just like Trump, he's gonna be days. He's gonna be singing in court every day while freezing his nuts off. If you go to the Silver Moon record, by the way, you can actually listen to it online. If you want to play the simulator record on the simulated turntable, it's I think it's awesome. But mixed records. Remember mixtapes, right? Maybe take some of your favorite music from the radio or from your records and put them in cassette tape. And you play them in your personal player, and you're walking or jogging along, and rocking along to a bunch of cassettes in a cassette bag next to your Walkman. That was the real thing back in the 70s, or 80s and 90s. And then they went to CDs, so it's the same deal. People could start burning their own CDs, doing the same thing. I tried the CDs, too. I really liked cassettes more, I think, than CDs. I used to make mixtapes on open reel tape, too. I mean, at 3.5 inches per second, I could get like 48 minutes aside on an 1,800-foot tape, a reel tape. But since I have a quadraphonic deck, I could record 4 tracks, so I could have... So take that 48 minutes aside, 96 minutes for 2 sides, 192 minutes for a whole tape from beginning to end. Track 1, 2, 3, 4. That was really nice way to have it, because I never had to worry about constantly get up to move the tone arm across my... Okay, so we're ready to come up panelists, molasses. Hold on a minute, please. Admit one. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Oh my God, Michelle! I got another. I got another disability review today.
Really?
Yeah, it's because I think it's because I moved to Maine. Okay, they want to check up on me, and I never try to work on disability because they won't leave you alone.
Oh, and SSI, yeah. SSI is known to be real sticklers about that.
They really will. They're contacting me about work I did. Like, they want you to save work stubs from like 2 years ago, forever, and have all this information, and I just don't have it anymore. You know, I put it down to the best of my ability and wrote a letter. I mean, I certainly am disabled because I've been in and out of the mental hospital. I mean, they make you revisit these unpleasant parts of your life. You know, the government really does suck when it comes to dealing with...
I used to be on the circular SSI. I know all about it. Trust me. And I was working at Friendly's. I was the same way. I was like, wait, you expect me to keep peace stubs from 2 years ago? Like, those people don't do that.
That's right.
And it's almost like, in one sense, it's like, in a way, it's hoarding. And because my dad had a whole file cabinet from tax paperwork from when he used to own Northland Flooring, sitting in the basement over at River Run Apartments for years. And I asked my dad, I said, how long do you have to hold on to this paperwork for? He said, forever. Forever.
Yeah, my dad... My dad is really a stickler about paperwork too. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
kind of have gotten it from him. I mean, I saved a lot of that stuff, but I didn't save all those pay stubs from all that time ago,
No,
you
I
know.
know. So maybe what you might need to do is contact payroll departments of those companies and see if you can get something from them.
Yeah, I mean, but they make people that are disabled do all this extra work that the average person that works doesn't even have to do.
Well, they figured you got all day to do it. That's why they do that.
Yeah.
They know it's
Yeah.
stupid. They expect, they
It
think,
really is.
you got nothing else to do all day. You can do it. Just push some papers for us.
That's right, Michelle. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they think. Like, but here's the deal. I mean, that's one of the reasons why. Okay, I'm on SSD. It's a little bit better for me. A little, not much, but I'll take it. I'll take what I got.
Yeah.
SSDI is a
Yeah.
little bit less intrusive. For example, you moved home with mom and dad. Now, the minute you move home with mom and dad, SSI will say, well, are they providing you with food? Are they providing you with housing? If so,
Oh no, this
we
isn't
have to
even
adjust for that.
SSI. This is actually SSDI that's coming for me, Michelle. This is actually the disability.
Oh,
No, this is
so
disability.
you go for the real deal. Because like
No,
you
this-
got
yeah,
the work
this is
credits
the-
in, so you go for the real deal.
Yeah, this is the SSDI. I've gotten disability for years. I've gotten disability. I was trying to legitimately work within the realms of the program for disability, and don't do it.
I
because
believe
it's not worth it.
for the person that is not registered blind, you can make something like $1,800 a month.
Yeah, try it, and it's almost impossible. They chase you down and
I know.
friggin' shake you down for years.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
SSI is
It's better to
worse
sit home and
because
sit
I'm
on
sure
your
you
hands.
probably know this, is that when you're in SSI, they're going to say, is someone helping you offset the rent? Are you getting free meals from family and friends? Do you get any food or monetary gifts? Do you blah, 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 blah? And you're like, personally, it's none of your damn beeswax. It's like, well, they're like, oh, yes, it is, because this is a needs-based program. See, when SSI was created back in 1972 by Richard Milhouse Nixon, it wasn't meant to be a program to keep you in poverty. It was meant to be a program to help you get out of poverty. But over the years, it became what it is now.
Yes, you get stuck in it.
You get stuck in it, and the minute you try to break through the glass ceiling, guess what? They punish you.
Yes.
And it's really stupid because it's like really hurtful and causes a lot of harm for people.
Absolutely agree, 100%, Michelle.
That's one reason why I don't know if it would have worked together if we lived together in a place like you wanted to live in, because I'm on SSDI. If we had lived together and you're an SSI, there's a good chance your SSI check would have been cut, because they would have said, oh.
Right, that's right. Yeah, that's
why I told you to check into that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that could happen. That could have happened, like, when I was talking about maybe being roommates with Cruiser. That could never happen.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people in SSI don't ever get married, even to their spouse that they love, even if they've been fiancés for years, because the marriage penalty clause, which also affects SSDI as well.
Until you experience it with the government controlling every aspect of your life, you just don't know, man.
Right.
And when you get in that system,
and right now, given the crazy Congress, the Do Nothing Congress version 2, you don't know what they're going to do next. They haven't even passed the Farm Bill yet. They still have, which means, do we have food stamps coming up in October? Hard to say. That's
Mojo wants to know the difference. Mojo wants to know the difference between SSI and SSDI.
SSDI, Social Security Disability Income, is based on the fact that you have been working in the past and you have played into the system. SSI is a program that is administered by the Social Security Administration, but is funded through a different program revenue. It's not based on your work history. There's a similar program in the UK run by the Workers and Pensions Administration, the WPA, that people who are disabled get pension money from the WPA. It's the same as SSI. It's needs based. It's not like based on your work history how much you get. So on the SSI and the program administered by the WPA in the UK, you have to show what your real needs are to determine how much you're going to get. Of course, if you have worked in the past, the WPA also offers regular disability income based on your work history as well. That is equivalent to SSDI.
True, Grizz. Yeah, Grizz Biden is tightening things up in SSI and SSDI, trying to get rid of freeloaders. He is, but inadvertently, people get pulled into the BS that are doing it legitimately. Yeah.
And I think the sad truth is, as you probably notice, is there's a lot of people have there's a lot of stigma attached with mental illness and SSI, SSDI versus people who have physical disabilities. I can tell you that certain mental disabilities can be just as debilitating as a physical disability.
Right.
Now, because I have multiple physical disabilities, unfortunately, I'm only on my record for my one, which is my eyesight. But if they added in the other ones, such as my hip, my knee, my hearing, oh my goodness, they really wouldn't be able to take me off the program because there's just too many disabilities involved. And any advocate working with you in Social Security would be able to fight in your behalf to point that out to them.
Right.
That Michelle's health has progressively gotten worse over the years, not better.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because, I struggle to get better and get healthier and be healthier. But these instances that draw you back into the dysfunction from the SSI,
and that's another issue regarding the Medicare. I was talking about this a couple days ago. Medicare Part A and Part B. First of all, if you're living in a state that does not pay your Medicare Part B premiums, that's a major slap in the face right there. Getting hit with $280 a month average Part B premiums is very painful.
That's what I'm thinking. This is all about money and me moving to a different state, and that's all it's about.
I know. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I get nervous at the thought of doing that, because right now things are stable here for me in Connecticut. But Connecticut is getting so expensive. It's a sanctuary state. And they're giving all this money to illegals, but they're not giving enough money to American people that were born here that are disabled. In fact, a lot of people are becoming homeless because they can't afford to keep the rents up. The rents have gone up in some states over 400%.
Yeah.
Now, if you're fixed income disability and you got a rent that goes up 400%. So let's compare dollars to dollars. Let's just say for the rent, 400%, that's 4 times. So let's say your rent is originally $700 a month. Now it's $2,800 a month. And you're only getting, say, $800 in disability. How are you going to pay that rent? You can't.
Right, exactly.
And the minute you try to bring in a roommate, then SSI is going to go, I'm sorry, you're going to have to cut you. Why? Because someone else is helping pay your rent. I'm like, yeah, but my rent went up 4 times.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, we don't count that. We don't count that as part of your expenses. They're going up 4 times. But you say you would take away from me because the other person's helping me to pay the extra rent? Yeah.
Right.
And, are they helping you with groceries too? We have to subtract that also. See. Yeah. It is aggravating. I've been on both systems. I know. And I don't know. They have this thing called Ticket to Work. I think you know what I'm talking about. Except one valid point. And they say, oh, where are you going to put the money that you're earning from work? I'm going to save it. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't save it in an interest-bearing account. What? You can't use it either. You can't spend it. You can't put it into an IRA. You can't put it into a 401k.
Yes, exactly.
Pension.
Exactly.
Then what's the point of going to work then? If I can't use it for the times I need to go to work to get some money to pay my bills.
Exactly, Michelle.
SSDI is a little bit better on that.
It is so, it's like an uphill battle. And the goal is always uphill.
Especially with SSI. SSD is a little better, but not much. As long as you don't make over your cap. Since I'm registered blind, that's over $3,000 for me.
I never made over my cap, and they're still asking me to review things from 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, well if you got your tax return, that counts. I still got tax returns from 20 years ago.
I don't have any of that stuff. I moved and I didn't bring that stuff. I brought some of it, but not all of it.
I understand that. Low expectations. What's this? Is that what your wife says? Oh, that's what Grizz. Okay. Yeah, well, anyway, like I said, the system is just, it's broken. Blind to Billionaire has been saying the same thing on my channel. You probably see some of the videos I put out by Blind to Billionaire in the news section about the SSI, SSDI stuff.
Yeah.
I pre-screened it because a lot of times he talks about things lately that had, before he was talking about stimulus checks, proposed legislation. And the problem is his titles are kind of clickbaity and saying, $1,200 extra or a month for SSI recipients. Oh, that's great. It's proposed legislation. Oh, well, why didn't you say that in the title?
Right.
So sometimes I'll go through and upload this video and say, please note, this is a proposal. This is not.
It's a clickbaity, yeah.
Pen passed yet.
Or misinformation, really.
I don't think he's trying to give misinformation, but the problem is that some of his title and the excitement of some people is kind of clickbaity,
right.
And that's not really what I want to do.
Right.
But right now, I'm really concerned about the Farm Bill because that is going to. If they don't pass that, food stamps is going to come to an end because that's a part of the Farm Bill. That's a large part of the Farm Bill. What are you going to do if you lose your $240 a month in food stamps? What would you do, Michelle? Die. Literally.
I know. Really. They've cut me way back. Right now in Maine, I'm only getting $62 a month for food stamps.
That's not much.
No, that's one trip to the store.
Yep. They say West Coast Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Yeah, but anything we can get is a start. I mean, for example, I didn't even think I was going to get a $60 increase when I brought my rent increase to the DSS, and they said, "Oh yeah, you can get an extra $60 a month food stamps. I'll take it. What about cash assistance? Well, I gotta go fill out another form all over again. Oh, and we need to know how much money you're getting from YouTube, and we need to know how much money you bring. Holy heavens, America! My money I make from YouTube is like nothing. It depends on the month. Yeah. Some months I make a lot. Some days I make a little. It's kind of like the commercial for Finesse shampoo, right? Sometimes you need a little, sometimes you need a lot. Right? So some months I come home with $100, and some months I come home with $200. It's the same thing. Right. It's the same thing with Section 8. It's like Section 8 says, well, because you have money coming in from YouTube, we have to add that in as taxable income, and that's one reason I chose not to go back on state housing. I said, screw that. I mean, what I make on YouTube is really not a solid income. It's not like I'm making, say, like $100,000 a year. I mean, sure, some of the bigger channels might make that much a year on YouTube, but that's not me.
No, you're just trying to piece something together, man. I mean, it's just a system that's designed to fail. And there's no other system that they have to replace it. So they just keep going with this broken
You know
one.
what was funny? Remember when everybody was entitled to Medicaid that wanted it? Everybody? That was the closest thing we ever had to the NHS in the United States.
Yeah.
And that was good. Everybody got access to medical, dental, and eye care and basic needs. It's too good, Mr. President. We have to, actually, Congress said this, we need to expire that. It's costing us too much money. Next thing you know, I'm back in, guess what? You now have an overpayment. You now have to have a deductible of $2,500.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but a serious note, if I had $2,500 of medical bills, I would have no apartment because I would have to pay all the medical bills. You know.
Right.
And then, of course, right now, if you have medical bills and you try to go get an apartment somewhere and the landlord takes your credit score and he goes, "Oh, you got a big black eye in the report. I'm sorry, I can't rent to you." What?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a $700 ambulance bill and you never paid it. Sorry, you can't rent here.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why they want to change that. That's why Biden wants to encourage Congress to change that. And I agree, it should be changed. But also, there's some basic needs. Because Medicare didn't pay for the ambulance.
Yeah.
From my knee injury. And so...
Wow.
That's the stupidest thing of all. What do you want me to do?
Wow.
Want me to crawl to urgent care? Want me to crawl to the ER? Is that what you want me to do instead? Do you want me to crawl to the ER?
Wow, I can't believe Medicare wouldn't pay for the ambulance. That's unbelievable.
No, they won't. Because I couldn't even walk at the time I fell. I couldn't even get up and walk.
Wow.
I totally wasn't going anywhere. Well, what do you want to do? Just sit there on the floor? No, maybe, if I had known that, maybe I would have said, screw it, I'll just crawl back home. I was already outside my building, right? I could have crawled back up the stairs. It would have been extremely painful. The risk of damaging my leg would have been a lot worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So... I'm still fighting the collection agency for that reason.
Yeah.
And I'll keep fighting them.
I don't blame you. Yes, good. I'm glad that you will.
I'll keep appealing it until they finally say, you know what? I give up. Well.
Yeah.
Someone said, well, if you keep fighting, it keeps renewing the case. That's true, but there's a reason.
Right. That's good.
And I've been, by the way, health-wise, I've been doing a lot better with my leg. I walk to Cumberland Farms every day. I get a cherry Diet Coke every day. I don't buy soda, bring it home. I'm losing weight. I don't know if you can see that in my face. I think I lost some weight. My underwears certainly seem too big for me now. So I think that's a good thing. I think I am doing better now than it was in the past. 16 people watching. Engagement is 22 minutes. Woo! That's good. This is one reason I like to get people on panel. But where has all my panel people been? Gardening?
Yeah, I just thought it'd pop up because I had that going on. I was like, I'll talk to Michelle about this. Here's another disability review. I've been reviewed for disability since I started trying to work within the confines of their disability program.
No, but they can take it out of your checking account if you unless they can't take it out of your Flex card. They can't take it out of your that debit card they use, but they can come and take it out of your regular checking and saving with direct deposited there, Gemini Gem. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, no, I do actually have an overpayment I'm dealing with as well. So, but I don't know. They're trying to iron all that out. I think that's part of this whole disability review,
It might be.
actually. Yeah.
But usually it's going to be more or less in their favor, not yours.
Exactly. That's the whole reason.
Yeah. Kevin says, I've been through it. I do know there's a form you can file to protect yourself, and your bank has it. You can use that you submit with them, that you show that like more like 95-100% of your money comes from your disability check. Then they can't really touch that, or they're not allowed to touch that portion of the check in the bank. But they'll take your interest. They'll take any additional savings that you put in there. Well, Joe, some sad roll eyes. Now, when the joke is done by him in a certain manner, it's okay. I don't know what this is about. But when others do it, don't do that. I don't know what this is about. Just something different. You have to sign a paper, though, at the bank in order to them to take money. You also can file paperwork at the bank to prevent them from taking money as well. Because the bank can verify how much money actually comes in from your disability check. But some people don't, and they are the ones who get screwed. Because,
yes, exactly.
But if you're on other entitlement programs, including housing, they can't touch your housing. But unfortunately, if you didn't file the paperwork with the bank, that means any money in your bank is available for them, for the debt collection people.
Right.
And it's just very scary. It's frightening.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
They cannot take any money out of your bank, especially if you file the paperwork. Yes. But if they, through the courts,
they can seize your assets.
They can seize your assets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure can. It's you got to do the form right away to protect your assets, or what little assets you have. Most people on disability don't even have a car, or a house. And yes, they'll go after your house too. If they got a big enough bill, they'll go after your house to put a lien on your house.
Yep, that's right.
And they'll do everything they can to force you to sell it.
If you need like state medical care, and they tell you that the state will seize your assets when you die.
Yep, they want their money back. That's how a lot of houses end up as state properties.
It's just sitting there rotting. Yeah.
Right, because they don't really know how to sell them.
Right. So they're sitting on the solution to homelessness, but they're letting the houses rot.
And that's a good point. The solution for homelessness is right there, right in front of the state's eyes, and the states are like, it's like just like Noodle Show in the old mental hospital in upstate New York. They said this huge complex. It was a mental hospital with doctors' homes and everything. Why not renovate them into housing for the disabled and for the homeless? Right. It could have been done.
Listen to this, Michelle. There's a news story in Ceres, California, near where I lived. They had a housing complex. They couldn't afford to finish it. So guess what's happening now? There's a bunch of squatters that have taken up residence, homeless people in the housing complex that they haven't finished. And it's a problem.
Right. Because the developer ran out of money, so it ended up being pretty much abandoned. And so the homeless said, that's good for me. At least I got a roof over my head. I bet so many apartments, at least the interiors may not have been done, but the outsides were done, so they could at least keep dry and warm. And
that's right.
So was that better, or is that worse? That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you doing with sanitation? Do you have flush toilets? No, probably not, because they probably don't even have water turned
Right.
on.
Right.
So,
but it's a really good indicator of the problem, of a major problem when you got widespread homeless movement in there to an unfinished, project, then you let's open up our eyes here, people.
yeah, it's a concern, though. I just don't see why the states, especially with all these old, properties that they have sitting under the belt. And the same thing in the federal government. We have all these old empty military bases that they abandoned. Why not do the same thing? Fix them up. Or just say to a homeless person, look, you have a place with homesteading. You can have it. You agree to live there for so many years. Fix it up. Make it habitable. It's yours. No taxes, no rent, no nothing. Now you got a problem solution for your homeless problem. Or maybe the concerns can end up like Slab City. Well, that's exactly what Slab City was. It was an old military base. They bulldozed down everything, and all that was left was the concrete footings, foundations from the government buildings.
Yeah.
And now it's well known that, unfortunately, it still doesn't really have any active police presence. There's no infrastructure. There's no electricity. There's no gas. There's no running water. But people are living there. And as far as I understand it, the state of California isn't doing anything bad or good about it. At least they're not bulldozing it down like they do other encampments. They're pretty much letting people stay by themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, that's right.
At least it's better in the desert. At least you're keeping people together and they're staying in a community that protects each other. And it's not cluttering up downtown Los Angeles with poop and pee and rats and everything else that's coming in because there's also concern of bubonic plague could be a thing again.
Right.
As well as tuberculosis. So, yeah, you got problems with that.
Yeah, that's right. Big problems. And then they want to bring in more illegals that are of marginalized, communities that could be living off the system, the already broken system. So.
Right. So, the same thing with Connecticut. Oh, you're illegal. No, here, you can get a credit card for $3,000 a month. We'll pay for your apartment. We'll pay for all this. Oh, wait, you're just a Connecticut resident, and it's disabled. I'm sorry, you're not getting nothing. But this illegal guy, Juan here, he's going to get everything. All the beautiful benefits. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was born and raised in this country. I'm sorry, you're not good enough. That's what they're doing in sanctuary states. It's the same thing in New York. People with disability don't get any of the support programs they need, but all the illegals can come in and get everything they want for free.
Right.
It's just.
We'll see how this plays out. I did my paperwork. I sent it right in, so they should get it.
Yeah. So. I'm just checking to see how we're doing here on the dollar sign thing. Lately, we've been pretty good, but YouTube sometimes can be very fickle about the money and count. We're doing good today. People get mad because I depend on the AdSense revenue more than anything right now. But that's because nobody can really afford to spend money. I really can't. We get donations in once in a while, but lately it's been mostly AdSense revenue that has been helping out to keep things going.
Right.
So as far as Biden goes and Congress, because you got to include them both. I don't know. It's just really weird the way the system works. Gemini Gem says, when I went on disability, my lawyer told me not to pay my past bills because they cannot touch my SSI, SSDI checks. They can't. And as long as you got that letter from the bank that shows that your check income in the bank is from your SSI, SSDI, they can't touch it. But that also varies a little bit between state and state. Some states allow some access to be touched, or some assets to be touched, and some say no, none at all. So it's just disgusting. Anyway, what do you think about what Congress is doing? Now, notice I didn't say anything specifically about Biden, but you have noticed that Do Nothing Conference Congress number 2. The first one was in the days of Barack Obama. They're not passing any legislation, really.
Right.
They haven't done anything to help the American people. They're going to be giving free money to Ukraine, free money to Israel, but again, no money for the American people.
What is this about the bump stocks? What about the Trump had done a ban on bump stocks, and they just reversed that. So now bump stocks are okay in guns. Are they just trying to get rid of that because that was a Trump ban, or do they actually have
I have
dog in
no
the fight
idea.
there?
I think that should be up to the states to decide that.
Yeah.
I really do think that's up to the states to decide that.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly how a bump stock works. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it acts like a shock absorber or what it does, but
right.
I mean, I think Trump is going to do good. He's got the views. He's got the support to take Biden down again, and I think he will.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Democrats got voters' remorse after they voted Biden in.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And I know that a lot of them are going to the Trump camp. In fact, the Bronx is mostly all Democrats that were at Trump's rally.
Right, that's right.
And they did great in Compton Park in the Bronx. I mean, he had like 10,000 people. It was expected about 3,000 to 4,000. He got like 10,000 people that showed up.
Right.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is trying to backpedal, saying he's busting in people, he's paying people because he's broke, he's trying to get money. Wait, first of all, number one, he's not broke. Number two, if he was broke, how can he afford to bust people in? Okay? See the logic what I'm saying? A broke person does not pay to charter buses of people in.
Right.
He had, honest to God, real people from the Bronx at his rally, and they were all so loving it. Because he said, we're going to fix the state, we're going to fix the city, we're going to make New York good again. He told them the story about the ice rink that he finally finished after the city messed up on the design multiple times. And now that the ice rink is very successful in Central Park. Everybody's happy. Because there's no problem with, buddy stealing refrigerant lines and all that. Because he said that he talked to a professional ice rink builder in Canada, and he told him how it's done. And Donald Trump said, let's do it your way. Oh, yes, you got to pour the concrete footing all in one shot, not in segments to make a smooth surface. So he was sending in trucks and trucks and trucks and trucks and trucks of concrete when it was time to pour the concrete all at one time. Lots and lots and lots of concrete. And they did it. They got the rink done. He got it done under the expected costs. He saved the city money in building that ice rink the Trump way. You know what they do? You ever know what happened to other people that listen to people named Cortez? They're never seen again. Let me say one thing about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's pretty, but she doesn't have a very sharp knife in her drawer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Green New Deal, for example, is a fraud. You know that, right? How much now, and even in Maine, you're going to be seeing temperatures that are going to be in the upper 90s. The first question I have is, how are you going to be able to run all those air conditioners? Oh, yes. We're going to want to charge our electric cars, too. You know what that means, right? You're in the dark. ISO New England isn't going to have enough energy to power all that stuff because they shut down all the coal power plants.
Not. Yeah, no, it's absolutely not enough sun here to do that.
There's not enough sun. Even though Peter would say, oh, yes, solar is great. Yes, in the summer it works for the daytime, but what about when the sun goes down?
Right.
You need to have a way to keep extra demand running. So that would mean that you have to have batteries or a fossil fuel power plant. Because once the batteries go dead, guess what? You're sitting in the dark again. Because now you can't meet all the demand for nighttime. So you need, at this point, to have a hybrid mix of energy types. Fossil fuel, hydroelectric, nuclear, solar, wind, geothermal, all of that works great together. I mean, yeah, in the summertime, in the daytime, solar makes sense. Oh, here's why. As a demand, we're dealing with demand because that's when it's the hottest part of the day, right? So the sun's shining, you're generating electricity, you're sending it to the grid, everybody's happy. Wintertime in New England, we get a lot of wind, right? So then you generate electricity in the winter time when the sun's blowing, when the wind's blowing, wind's blowing, and you still make electricity. But unfortunately enough, Biden kept pushing. It was congratulatory happy when we shut down a coal-fired power plant in Massachusetts. What an idiot! Okay. So I'll talk to you later there. But that's the truth. He actually was gloating. Oh, we just shut down this coal power plant. You're an idiot. Really? Biden, you're a fucking idiot. You actually are telling us, oh, solar and wind is going to produce enough electricity. No, unfortunately, it's not. Okay? Just Dave and Rosie A real California tip. I think, and then of course, like I said, to molasses, is the fact that Congress is doing nothing to fix the problems that are really affecting Americans. They're not doing enough. They don't want to. They don't want to do anything. But they'll give money to foreign countries as gifts, not as loans, not with a repayment terms, as gifts, grants. Here's all the free money you want, you little motherfucker. Yeah, you want all that money? Why don't you earn it? Why don't you earn it, governments? Ukraine. Hey, Zelensky, pay us back. You can pay us back in 30 years' time. There's no reason why you can't. You mean to tell me your entire economy of Ukraine in 30 years, you can't pay us back for all the billions of dollars that we give you? Come on. Give me a break. Same thing with other countries. Israel, you're a developed country. You and Benjamin Netanyahu, despite the fact I think you're an asshole, the fact of the matter is your country has a good, strong GDP. So pay us back 30 years. We're going to charge you a current rate of 30%. Why? Because that's what the typical credit card in America is. You can pay, you want that kind of cash advance? You can pay us 30%. 30 years. You can afford it, big guys. Yeah. America is... Phoenix is the big secret. America is circling the drain, people. And people like Joe Biden are not making it any better. You know, I'm telling you the truth. We need a better government. We need a better system. And yet, as long as the Democrats are in charge, the far left is pushing this woke agenda garbage. Which is really kind of stupid because really, they're really asleep. They're not woke, they're asleep. Every day, Mom and Dad, John and Jane American can tell you what's really going on. And Congress, you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
Oh, yeah!
Wow. We had a good show, guys. I'm going to admit, we had a good show. So let me go for the weather. We're going to see if there's any change for next week. There's a heat dome coming in. And that is a real concern because temperatures are going to get spicy next week. For today, right now, currently it's 22 degrees Celsius. And you know what that means?
Oh, yeah!
I'm going out for a walk. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday, and Monday, oh my God, it's gonna be sizzlingly hot. Thank you for coming up, Molasses, I appreciate it. I hope you have a nice day, Molasses and everybody. I will do a video at Cummy's, more than likely. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but we'll do something. Of course we'll do something. We always do something. Absolutely. So everybody wants to go out there, be excellent to one another, and may all of you enjoy today. It's mild. Get stuff done before the heat comes in. And be excellent to one another. And don't forget to party on. Do something, walk, exercise, do a light jog, run, fart, shit, piss. I don't care. Get out there and do something. You know, just because you can, you know. And enjoy the exercises. So, Molasses, thank you for coming up, as I said. And maybe tomorrow, or tomorrow, Sunday, that's my fun day. Oh, that's your... Oh, I don't have anything planned for tomorrow. You don't? Yeah, I don't, because I did good with the interview with Carmen, but I don't think a lot of people really enjoyed it that much. You kidding? I loved it. It was awesome. Carmen loved it. A lot of people loved it. Well, you need to continue to do videos on your channel. And maybe not interviews all the time, but people do love listening to you. And I would like to see you continue because you wanted to grow your channel too. I do, but I didn't get a lot of growth. But that's the point, Loom. The fact is you did grow. Let's see. How well did Lumi do at this point?
Oh, yeah!
Let's look. Let's take a quick look at her screen. Let me get over there. I will tell you the numbers right on her window. Because she has her own page. So let me pull up Lumi's page. I spy with my little pink Chrome tab as it loads off the internet for her channel. I cause a group link is, there we go. There we go. And the number of viewers is 215. So I didn't really go. But you didn't lose any either. No, that's true. I didn't lose any. Yeah. The content of the interview. You want to know how many people you got? Please tell me. Are you ready? For a channel your size? 55. Well, that doesn't go any up anymore, but that's still good, I guess. Yeah, it's good. Any comment new ones? Let me look. Comments on the Carmen Miranda video. Well, we got one from Good Morning Show. Well. That's from a year ago. So some of these are really old. Any mentions for me? Only me. You're the only one that mentioned my channel. Yes, I'm the only one that mentioned your channel at all. Wow. It'd be nice if more people knew about my channel. They will, if you keep streaming on it and doing videos on it. You can get yourself in the algorithm. You can get yourself up there. It's true. Well, let's see what I can figure out for tomorrow, then. Let's see if I can come up with something.
Oh, yeah!
All I just say is I'll be at 3 o'clock, right? If I'm live, it'll be at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Absolutely. So please do check out Louie's channel. It's easy to find. It's http://www.youtube.com/USER/Lumi Finistra. I think you could also use the short code. You can, but the long code seems to be more reliable. But here's the line. I'll type it in my channel for you guys. Lumi's channel. Are you spelling? Is you typing in English or gibberish? Sorry, wrong typing. http://www.youtube.com user LUMIFINISTRA. Let's see. Yep, there it is. And check it out, guys, because I do want to do some more videos. So how do you think it's gonna work with the heat coming up when everybody feels like a piece of meat in the frying pan? I think next week is going to be a real disruption for everybody. Your show is going to be disrupted. If ISO New England decides to do rolling blackouts, you're going to be affected. Your streams are going to be affected. My streams will be affected. Unless you stream with my phone. Unless you stream with your phone, but then you don't have the nice, cozy little console like Craig said. You know, you'll be streaming on a phone, and a tablet. Maybe on the porch, because there'll be a light out there in the morning show. That's true. And the night shows, that's probably when the rolling blackouts will probably end. Would probably be when you'll be streaming again, Silver Moon Radio, the Tuesday night movie night. I have movies for that. I know you do. Okay. And of course, Thursday night gaming. Let me talk about the gaming, please do, because there are some misunderstandings about the gaming. Michele's gaming streams never was intended to be a major showstopper. They are more like we're kind of letting you in to our inner mind workings between me, Michele, and Carmen. And it allows you to enjoy something where you get to hear us interact. And I think that's the reason why Michele likes to stream them so much, because she loves having people get a chance to understand what goes on behind the scenes, something that gaming allows you to see. I was very excited that Carmen was able to successfully find the wood at the logging camp. I agree that they got rid of the highlighting the wood. I remember for you, they actually made the wood turn in like wood with almost had a kind of gold halo around it, made it easier to find at night. And they don't have that anymore. Exactly. And it made it harder. I'm not saying the game is all exciting and stuff like that, but it is a fun thing for me, Michelle and Lummy. Carmen. I'm sorry. I keep saying me. Me, which is Lummy, Michelle, and Carmen. We love playing the game, but even we do find it gets monotonous after a while, and it's the interaction that makes it so much worth it. And I know if we talk to Carmen, and you and I talked to Carmen together, she said the same thing. Absolutely. But she had to leave early that night last week because she had got a call onto an emergency situation on the other side. And so she really couldn't stay to play. And so that's why she had to leave early. But either way, it's a great part of the show, and we'd love to have you continue to watch it. And we did get a lot of views on the gameplay. Yes, we did. And the reruns is also when you see a lot of advertising that's pre-stuffed in there by YouTube. So I don't have to add extra ads at the replays because it seems YouTube just quietly loves to stuff as much as they can in there. But it still counts for something. And that's the reason we do it. Because it's magical time for us. And I'm sorry we didn't get any music because Carmen got mad because by the time I was done getting back, I fell asleep and took a nap, and she says, "Why aren't you playing any music?" I was like, "You're not playing nothing. You're playing no music." I'm like, "It's 7 o'clock at night. We don't play records at 7 o'clock at night." Because of what happened long ago when the neighbor got mad because I was playing records at 7 o'clock at night. So that's why we don't play records at night up to 7 o'clock. But for now, everybody, Mojo, Gris, Molasses, Cookie, Red, how many other people? Well, Dawn was here. Let's see, how many people were on here now? Let's try to go through the current list of people up here. They got Botrix. Botrix just doesn't care. He's just doing this job. Red, Restreambot, Grizz, Dawn was here, Mojo was here, Molasses Cookies was here, Craig was here. I want to thank you all for coming. And anyone else that's lurking in the background or names I've forgotten, I appreciate you being here every morning. Thanks very much, Mojo. We are certainly going to do that. And for the rest of you guys, including all the lurkers, don't be a stranger. Come up, say hi once in a while. We know a lot of people watch this show. And we know that some people get really excited about it. And some people don't care. But that's okay, too, I guess. Right now, since you've been getting more into the vlogging again, I think it's going to be, in some ways, it's going to be more beneficial to have both. But I noticed with the vlogs, you can make more money in AdSense revenue. Yeah, I do. And that's a big deal. It certainly is. All right, guys, we're going to let you go, but thanks all for coming, and thanks, Sarah. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.